one thing we have to be very clear about, we've often said that California is the 8th largest economy in the entire world. It's that for a reason, because whether you're Chinese, whether you're from Bangladesh, or Pakistan, or Afghanistan, or India, Bangalore, or from the northern region and the Punjab region, whether you're Sikh, whether you're Mexican, entrepreneurs and immigrants just don't bring in capital. They bring in that entrepreneurial spirit, and they work hard. They often accuse us of being on the dole of the state of California. Statistics show that's not true at all whatsoever. That again, that is a political machination of those who wish to perpetuate divisive society in the United States and in California. So I'll just finish off by saying that I'm very proud and honored to have been invited here today with each and every one of you. I'm sure there'll be a lot of spirited conversation and dialogue. I know that we have Manuel Pastor here, who is an amazing professor and not a demographer, right? It's an economist, an economist who will actually probably speak to the economy much better than I can, given that I only have a BA and he has a PhD. So he has a lot more years, on this issue. So he can get to macro, micro economy and how it ebbs and flows in capital globally, especially in a global economy. But I'm proud to be here, and just know one thing, that we're working very hard in Sacramento to protect the interests of those who have very little voice and power in this country, in this state. We need to hear from you too. You have a role to play, because the budget is going to come up again. The budget's going to come up again. And taxes were raised. They were raised. And there's only going to be, I would predict, one bite at the apple by the Republicans. That means we have to have these propositions passed May 19th. Some of them I don't like at a very deeply personal level, but I also understand at a real politic level that unless we get another stream of revenue coming in, that puts the legislators, Democrats, between a rock and a hard place, because constitutionally we have to have a balanced budget. Unlike Washington, D.C., we cannot continuously print money in the Treasury. We have to have a balanced budget, which means if you can't raise revenue because we don't have enough revenue coming into the state, then that means cuts are going to ensue. And we have to make sure that those cuts don't disproportionately fall on the backs of the most vulnerable of our society. In fact, those who contribute just as much, if not more. But because they don't have the proper representation they deserve in this country for a whole variety of reasons, it is incumbent on each and every one of you, the organizations that you represent, to also, put the feet under our fire too. Because just because I've always represented immigrants doesn't mean that I should have a waiver or a disclaimer or be exempt, as well as my Democratic colleagues too in the state legislature. So I thank you. Muchas gracias. Un abrazo fuerte, solidaridad a cada uno de ustedes. I wish you a very good forum, and come visit me anytime you want. Gracias.